Good time zone. Good time zone artifacts. And a happy birthday to all of those around the world. Let's just get into it. We're like, what? Halfway through, I think? Have it. Interlude to get to read. I've had terrible luck with the ticket pulling thing that gives you Originum. I've not been getting a lot. 300, 400 maybe. Even though I could pull 3 today, I still did not get a lot. Very unfortunate.
Have you been doing well lately, Doctor?
What is new? Banner up? Fair enough. Let's go help Snow Sant. Booze. I'm not sure what the difference between the two ask-arounds are. Is there any disadvantage of just always buying Radical? Losing money, I guess, but I don't know if that really matters. Oh, it's 2 different stores. I get it. Okay. Well, they bought a lot more licorice than I did. That's okay. Gonna knock this one down 2 notches just to be safe. Boom. Guess I'm doing good. Even with Radical, you can only usually buy half the demand. Yeah, you can only buy up to half. Split it evenly. But if the person's buying very little, then like you don't want to necessarily spend all your money. All right, what happened last time? Well, we kind of got a lot more character focus on Costa, who you might not have thought was going to be a character, but they are. The random business guy who's who's working with Bison to get everyone to agree to move out of the fashion street. But we learned a lot about him. He used to run a cafe, an old siesta. He had met Keller, Professor Keller, once upon a time at his cafe, where during, I think, Obsidian Festival, and they had become friends. That's where he learned a lot about volcanology and had borrowed a book from Keller about volcanoes. But ever since New Siesta came about, he's, gave up his cafe and became, I guess a realtor, maybe? I'm not sure what you would call his job. Acquisitions inspector. But he hates his job. He hates his job. Everyone hates him. He's been kind of ostracized by his community. His grandfather, I think, was sick in the hospital. But, he runs into Keller at the museum, surprised to see her. And I think that kind of, like, makes him go on a bout of introspection. He goes back to his old closed cafe, makes a cup of coffee. Keller shows up. They have a nice chat. He returns her book after all these years. And then the hospital calls and says that his grandfather has passed away. And that's where we actually ended. But while that's happening, the Dolly and the little black sheep are running amok in the city, causing all sorts of trouble, stealing people's money and objects, including a whistling rock from the museum. Aya Fiala is trying to stop them. She's trying to get Dolly to, like, actually stop them himself, but he's Dolly and is not really listening. And Swire decides to rent out a bunch of hot springs because she's trying to, she wants to take over Fashion Street for herself, but she wants to, do it a different way. She decides to rent out the hot springs during the trade fair in order to turn it into like a water park. She got the idea from Enos, actually. She asked him, what would, if you could turn this place into anything, what would it be? He's like, maybe a water park. She's like, great idea. And that's a pretty good idea. She turns the hot springs into a water park with like bumper kayaks that can fly through the air. It sounds very dangerous, but everyone loved it. And the trade fair itself was a pretty big hit, but I don't think it's economically sustainable. because it doesn't really bring anything to this city. Like, cool, you can buy stuff, but would you go to this country to buy that stuff, or would you just go to the country it's from, really, if you think about it? And I think that's it. Oh, Enos's mother found out that he's infected with oropathy. But you know, he's kind of come back around. I don't think he wants to. I think he's gotten more hope where he's not necessarily going to give up the shop anymore. I think he's kind of been like, maybe we can keep this place alive. But he might still be kind of on the fence. Hard to say. And the mysterious bard lady is still just playing music. And we know a little bit about Professor Keller. You know, Khan is still suspicious of Keller, that she maybe has some kind of role in Adele's, AFL's parents' death. But we haven't gone too much. Like, we know she was supposed to go on an expedition with them, but pulled out at the last second. She kind of went dark for a while. Gave up her position as professor and then came here to make this museum. And says she wants to retire after this. But I don't know. I don't know if she actually had anything to do. Hard to say. Rain, rain, go away. It'll be great if it wasn't a dream. And if it is, then it's just a great dream. The setting sun seems to be the last customer of the small shop. The one behind the counter is no longer a familiar old man, but a coffee-colored creature. It cranks a grinder handle, and the aroma of coffee wafts into the air, and bits and pieces of finely ground, or with bits and pieces of finely ground beans. A record spins slowly as a loudspeaker sings leisurely. Oh, welcome. I don't think I saw you earlier. Are you new here? I think so, because I don't have any memories from yesterday. I don't know why I'm here, but I thought I'd make a cup of coffee. Oh, would you like one? Coffee has a nimbly wonderful flavor that comes only when you brew by hand. Now let's see, where did I put those newly arrived beans? I should have stored them myself. Seems like it's behind some kind of guitar. Talk of guitars is suddenly making me a little angry. How odd. What's got my heart frazzling? Guitar? Angry? Are you okay? Never mind. Maybe it's because the guitar looks a bit boring. Please sit anywhere you'd like. The one you're waiting for will soon be here. The one I'm waiting for. Are you waiting? Or is the other? I can't tell. Oh, you're here. I remember you. Good evening, Adele. Sorry I'm late. Did you remember to have breakfast today? Yes, I did. Huh? Why do you ask? Good girl. You've changed your clothes. Are you ready? Clothes? Is this Moody's coat? Pack your things and let's go shopping. We'll go buy some things we need to climb a volcano. The sun inches down a bit by bit as the street lamps along the path light up like stars. Adele's vision is a little fuzzy, as if she has seen a sky like this somewhere, some time before. Was there a short street in that small town on the Thanian southern border, or on the road back home from her school in her memories? She can even remember the smell of the air then, slightly moist with a hint of sunshine and plants growing exactly the same as now. Is this your shopping mall? Yes, we have to make some preparations before we climb the volcano. I know there's many things we need to bring. A compass, protective clothing, a camera, a tent, and some flint too, if we're camping overnight. No, we won't need those in here. First, we need to buy enough knowledge, courage, and curiosity. Check the prices before buying each one, and lastly buy a little bit of luck. But luck is very expensive, and often the fastest to sell out, so it's alright to skip if you don't have the budget. I see. The fluffy creature shakes itself, and several soda bottle caps fall from her wool. They clink and tinkle into the merchant's pouch. Yeah, thank you for your generosity. I may need to buy a bit more courage. I have enough courage to climb the volcano, but I need a bit more courage to leave home. The fluffy critter shakes itself again, more caps falling out. The merchant opens its pouch, waiting for more. Not enough, not enough. If the pouch isn't full, I can't give you courage if the pouch isn't full. If you don't manage to buy courage, will you be able to climb the volcano? It's alright, Adele. Things like this happen all the time. I've gradually become used to finding courage by and for myself. Adele, let's get moving. We must be careful on our journey and look after our things well. Things? But I didn't bring anything with me. Someone wants to steal the photograph. Follow me and keep an eye on my package, okay? What did you just say? I didn't catch that. We can't go on like this, Adele. Here, for you. The cuddly creature shakes itself, and a fluff of wool falls out. What's this? Go on, put it on your ear, and you'll be able to hear. Now, we have to find the next one. There's another fluffy critter covering a window in front of him with photographs. He turns his head at the sound of footsteps. His fluffy back fidgets repeatedly, covering the window full of photos. Oh, you two, you're finally here. We have much to prepare. How's the weather looking? The sky is full of thick clouds. I'm afraid it might rain soon. Do we still have time? Not much left. We'll need to hurry. Adele looks at the sky without a cloud in sight. Do you need me to buy an umbrella? No, Adele, look, I am an umbrella. We can't let the photograph get wet or be stolen. I'll keep it safe in my package. What's this photograph you're talking about? Shush, I hope you never find out. And if you do, that it happens far, far in the future. The solemn creature lowers his head. Let's go. I'll head upwards in a bit, and that's where we want to go. You don't have enough wool yet, Adele. Here, this is mine. Okay. The two creatures seem to have shrunk a little, and Adele looks just like one of them. Away she goes. Oh, the wool seems to be bumping me upwards. That means our trip is about to begin. How's the view up there? Always great before the rain falls. And how are you feeling? Always great before the rain falls. And you, Adele? Hi. You seem to be in a good mood. The petite critter follows them, skipping and hopping. Along the street, the lights and the clouds and the stars, it tries its best to get higher and higher. Wow, I think it's gotten stronger. Will it come with us? The fluffy critter doesn't answer, and she bites onto a corner of Adele's coat. Clink, clink, they step on the lights. Adele feels as if she's flying. People are coming and going on the street. No, it is sheep that are moving to and fro. Oh, be careful. You might run into someone. They're selling flowers up ahead. I need to hurry. No need to rush. Your rainbow is all crooked. Here, let me help you straighten it. Alright, off you go. Thank you. See you so long. So long, Adele. Little black sheep shuffle through the streets one after another, going in and out of shops. The streets at night have taken on a different look. Adele turns her head to look for her two companions who are separated by waves of little black sheep. As soon as she turns, she is greeted by the sight of two fluffy creatures, quietly standing right behind her. It is as if they've been waiting here for countless years. Adele, you have to plant a pebble when you return this time. A pebble? Yes, just like we did with a small hunk of rock before. We buried it in the ground, which was originally a very dark shade, until it met many different kinds of rock. Let me guess, because you bought a lot of luck for it? The two fluffy critters continue jumping upwards, towards the sky, seeming more distant than ever. Adele stands in between, her hands outstretched, holding onto their wool. Well, that is one reason, but the important bit is that I water it with love every day. And memories. Can you buy those in shops too? No, little one. Love and memories are their own treasures. They will grow on the paths you tread, in your embraces, and on the cheeks you kiss. But sometimes they go unnoticed, so we always have to work hard to find them. That little stone traveled through many mountains underground, and followed the rivers through many a place, knocking and bumping into things, and finally we realized we had no idea where it had gone. We'd lost it. And are you too sad because of that? I feel regret. Perhaps we shouldn't have planted it, or maybe we should have planted it somewhere we could see. Every little stone is unique, and we lost what was ours. But I recall that I turned into lava in the end, warm and piping hot, and we all loved it. Yes, we loved it. Then that's alright. Managed to turn into lava in the end, and you didn't forget it. I think this little stone was already fortunate enough. Maybe in a dream. A story. A story circling in my head that needed us to tell you about it. Then, if you ever meet this rock again one day, do you think you'll be able to recognize it? Adele, my little rascal. Will we still recognize it? No, it's already turned into beautiful lava, red-hot lava rushing forward, never to look back again. We will never ever meet it again. We will only be at its back. It will go to places we have never been, to see sights we have never seen. And all we need is to remember this story, to tell it to you. You'll also have to plant your own little pebble, and then watch it take root and sprout. Watch it go far away. Look, Adele, we've reached the peak. The little stones have already turned into lava. The eruption is about to begin. Is this story about to end too? Not at all. This is just the beginning. We will turn into a cloud and then fall back to the ground. It will no longer be a rock, but a handful of warm and white volcanic ash. It is the little stones turning into nutritious volcanic ash that allows the land to bloom. Our little stone will return. Someday, when that happens, we'll be able to see it again. Will that be a long time, or will it be soon? Maybe, we don't know. Come, Adele, hold on to me, and we will go turn into clouds, and then fall back to the earth. We're going to fly down together. Adele hugs the creature by her side, and tries making a step. She falls downwards, but it is slow and light, as if she's floating. She sees her hair flying around her, and the other little black sheep lightly jumping around the lights of the shops. The wool on her body holds her up, enveloping her. An experience already in the depths of her childhood memories. Her parents hold her up and throw her into the sky to catch the stars above. She falls onto the wool, fluffy and soft beneath her. The stars fall into her eyes, and her eyes grow hot. Shadows come and go on the street, and Adele tries to get on her feet, wanting to share this fantastic feeling with the two fluffy creatures by her side. Phew, hi. Where are we going next? I spotted many little shops in the distance when we were above earlier. Should we go around and take a look? I'll go look for places where we can find more bottle caps so we can buy more things we want. Adele's breathing quickens with her excitement. The little black sheep from earlier mentioned a flower shop just ahead. My mother used to always place flowers on my bed when I was young. Do you like flowers? Those small and white flowers that look like you too. Look, just like the one that little black sheep. The fluffy creatures fall silent, no longer replying. The stars in the sky dim and then light up as they open their mouths. Little one, I know, the bedside flowers do smell really good. I love them too. Then I'll buy some and make garlands for you. Just wait for me here. I haven't made one in a long time. The remainder of Adele's words choke in her throat. She realizes the fluffy critters have stopped following her, and the flowers and leaves from her staff fluttering around the two. They take a few steps back, their figures melting into the night. No, Adele, we have to go. The clouds have gathered, and will never again disperse. Yes, it is time. Where are you going? We have to head back up to the volcano before it starts to rain. Up the volcano. Don't go to the volcano. You'll... No, Adele. No, Adele, the rain will soon fall. If we don't go, everything we've done before will be for naught. You will drown if you stay somewhere low. Adele, you have to go to the peak. It has a beautiful view and also the truth. Adele, I hope you can stay pure and focused. This land is not at all pure, but there shouldn't be anything disturbing the heart of someone keen for answers. We want to expand the boundaries of what humanity knows, together with you. We're working our hardest for this reason, and you'll definitely stand on our shoulders to see a clearer and lovelier land. Adele. So long, Adele. I think not just is Dolly interested in Adele being happy, perhaps. I mean, that whole sequence, I think it's also to help her come to terms with her parents' death. That felt very much like those two sheep were sort of parental stand-ins. And the whole like lava thing was like, yeah, like, you know, you gotta move on. But that's okay. Little cabin in the wood. The climbing picks jingle. The tiny rocks shine black and bright. Be careful when heading up and down the mountain, lest the rocks be your plight. Meanwhile, right, I forgot about her. Forgot about the subplot, like the D plot of Anne Mare. She's in Victoria now, apparently. Oh, disaster, a disaster, I tell you. You call this interior design? No wonder no one hires Siestans for design work. This is a tourist destination, yet it has no architectural style of its own, and you don't even know how to copy someone else's properly. How could you sully the elegance of Victorian style like this? Look at this table. I said I wanted to have a marble-like texture, instead you went with this cheap, low-quality wood. Perhaps you should look at your budget again and see if you gave me enough for even half a slab of faux marble. Huh, alright. Looks like you don't quite understand your place, Miss Anne Mare. If it wasn't for me, you'd still be following the Sargonian caravans, fumbling your way around town. There's nothing stopping me from reporting you to the cops as an undocumented immigrant who illegally entered Colombia. Then you won't see so much as a dime. Wait, this is Colombia? This looks like Victoria. If you do that, I'll report you for sheltering and hiring an illegal immigrant. Now pay me. Why, you... Ha! What a foolish Siestan, so crude and disrespectful. When the city's so stupid as to willingly give up their obsidian mining industry, their bread and butter, there are bound to be citizens like you who, with no respect for others. Money first. Yell at him only after you get the money. Nothing to say. The tragic thing about you is that you haven't even realized Siesta's foolishness, and you're here shouting and accusing me. I can't make nothing from this job. I need my travel money. If you people had chosen to join Victoria all those years ago, you would have become citizens of the Empire, indulging in the opulence the Empire has to offer, and found your place in the Empire's grand history. Instead, you're here, trying to earn a bit of coin to get on your way. So this is Victoria? I'm getting mixed messages from this guy. Huh, looks like you're at least savvy enough to understand my point. Take this, it's your pay. Huh, count it well. It's in Victorian pounds. You know, the denominations, right? Don't you even think I'm trying to shortchange you, lest you make yourself seem ill-mannered. Mister, you aren't deserving of my manners. You don't know anything about Siesta's history. You don't even know the first thing about Victorian architecture history you're so proud of. What's more, Victoria's glory is all thanks to your ancestors' contributions. It hasn't got one bit to do with you. Why don't you go take a look at the buildings in Victoria and see how Siesta's obsidian has changed your architectural style and become the kind of luxury and commodity that snobs adore so much. Who's the one with a narrow perspective here? Oh, why, you. The Siestans closed off the mines to protect the environment. Everything we do for the sake of our homeland's future. Not like some stingy man who's just talking about the glorious past over and over to win himself respect. I'm going back to rebuild my homeland and help breathe new life into it. But what about you? What have you done for Victoria, if given the shape it is in these days? Anne Mare curls her lips a little and measures the thickness of the stack of bills with her hand. Even the Colombian demolition crews pay more, oh noble employer. I only hope your taste will help you make your comeback. Now, cheerio. I think he was Victorian, but they were in Colombia? I'm not sure. Need to go over everything again? It doesn't hurt to be careful. Everything of value is still here, and the house is in one piece. That's good enough for me. I'll send you the reward I promised you. The exhibition grade obsidian and the certificate will make it to you in probably 2 months. Oh, that's great. I'm looking forward to it. The collector's eyes briefly light up, though his excitement doesn't last particularly long. Is there some kind of bewitching power to these obsidians that has you enthralled like this? Are you interested in obsidian yourself? I suppose not. I've learned my lesson. There are very few people out there who truly have an eye for their beauty. Most have their eyes on obsidians are up to no good. Never mind, I shouldn't bother you any longer. Goodbye. Mr. Pelipper Brown, are you perhaps related to the bankrupt siestan tycoon Beat Brown? Don't even mention that scary old man. There may not be many who still remember him, but I'm sure he was much more well known back when obsidian was still Siesta's main export. I spotted his name while I was going over the data. I didn't expect his successor to be running a little hot spring hotel in the area. The volcano gave Siesta plenty of riches, and the hot springs are no less wonderful than obsidian. The old man died a couple years ago. Oropathy. He never went anywhere close to the mines, but he got infected on his way to Colombia for vacation when the car's original engine broke down. Oh, I'm sorry to hear. I thought industrial grade origin was supposed to be safe. Guess not in car engines. He wasn't really a good man, but his mines did create many jobs. If his protective measures were just a little more comprehensive, perhaps he would have won the gratitude of the miners. I have heard that when the government announced the ban on obsidian mining, your mines were the first ones to work towards shutting down. What else was I supposed to do? The only alternative was to break the law. Alright, Mr. Brown. I hope we'll get to work together in the future. Your hot spring hotel is very spectacular. Would you perhaps be interested in developing it into a hot spring resort? I'll pass. I'd rather not go through all the ruckus. That is, unless you can make an offer that I can't truly refuse. Say an even bigger obsidian that's even more pleasing to the eye. Speaking of which, your obsidian collection here have been all delicately cut and polished. How come there's a geode that hasn't been polished whatsoever? Oh, don't you get any funny ideas about it. That thing's more expensive than all the pieces in the hotel combined. Adele. Adele? Is this Yuti's hand? So warm. Yuti stroking my shoulder. Wake up, Adele. Adele, you mustn't sleep here. You'll catch a cold. I won't. It's very warm when you're here by my side. Yuti. Adele. Keller hides a surprised expression on her face and reaches her hand out to gently pat Adele's head. Are you awake? Oh, Professor Keller. Did I just... I'm sorry, Professor Keller. I fell asleep. You seem exhausted. Did you have a nightmare? Are you feeling unwell? Or is it your illness? I'm okay. Adele sees that the elder scholar is looking at her with a worried expression. Her eyes are full of concern. During their short time together, She'd never seen the stern scholar look so gentle.
Professor Keller, could you tell me just what happened at William University all those years ago?
I don't understand, Adele. What are you asking? No, Adele. We have to go. Yes, it's time.
Where are you going?
We have to head back to the volcano before it starts to rain.
Rain.
Hmm?
Professor Keller, does the word rain have any other meaning?
Silence. Keller bites her lip, as though there is something that she wants to say, but she nonetheless swallows those words back down. Adele, when this observation is over, I will tell you everything, all right?
Mr. Dolly, you told me before that every little black sheep is different. They aren't just your clones, right? Are those dreams really just dreams? We found the northern wind and the seed. Will you give me all these answers if I find the fur? Why does it seem like everyone is hiding just about everything from me?
There is no answer, and unlike the mischievous kind of silence she got before, Adele can feel that something has truly disappeared from her side. Adele looks around the empty exhibit hall and finds the whistling rock specimen that was lost and then recovered a few days ago sitting where it sat, having not moved an inch.
Mr. Dolly?
Good morning, siesta. Today is August 21st, 1099. The humidity is 63%. Visibility 12 kilometers. Winds blowing south-southwest. Estimated 3 days until volcanic eruption. The exciting time's almost upon us. How is everyone feeling? Who do you want to share the moment with? Did any of you forget anything back in the old siesta? If you did, that's too bad. I mean, what's anyone supposed to do? You only have yourself to blame for being so careless in your move. That's all too late now. But whatever the case may be, we should try to look at the bright side. It's only by casting away our old burdens that we can better welcome the future. You go your way. Let's get our day started with this song from the Reef Band. Love that song. Hey, watch out, be careful, hold that sign up. It's a bit heavy, so get a good grip. It's an old sign. Since we're tearing things down anyway, can't we cut it up before we take it down? Yeah, I mean, we might be tearing the place down and moving, but Old Man Mockingbird were to find out about you cutting his sign down with an axe, he'd climb out of his grave and beat the living hell out of you. Stop complaining. 3, 2... Mister, all these instruments were discounted. Yeah, they're as cheap as they get. I can't bring myself to, but I figured I wouldn't have a chance to sell them once I moved to the city center. Keeping the instruments on gag order, now that would be a real waste. How about it? Why don't you pick one? I remember you said you've always wanted your own guitar. I could give you a free textbook on how to play it, too.
This discounted guitar goes for 150 certs. Enos says he earns 3 for every hour he works. Let me think about it.
Not like we can bring it with us. Might as well take it out and let everyone have some fun. We want to do something special that we can look back on before we all move out of this street. When did everyone sign the form of consent? I thought the old man was against it. Like what? Drink? Look at the sea. Set off some fireworks? We'll invite all the old miners that we used to drink with, and all the other shopkeepers on the street. Have them bring their friends and family. How about we have a party at the empty plate the night before the eruption? A container party. Sounds cool, doesn't it? Mr. Costa. Oh, the punk from White Volcano. What are you doing here? Do you need to look after the shop? Or don't you need to? We're preparing to move out too. We don't have a lot of customers these days. If I didn't come out to earn more cash, we'll all might just go hungry. I'm sorry about Grandpa Mockingbird. May he rest in peace. He was getting on in years. It was going to happen. Perhaps he's in some other place, sharing his taste in coffee. No need to be polite. Just a couple of years ago, you were a little punk who would come out to watch my concerts at night instead of going to bed. Just call me Costa like before. If I remember correctly, it was the Cory Bantic Costa. I'm not so Cory Bantic anymore. My guitar, bass, synth, sold them all long ago. Truth be told, I really miss sneaking into the venues with the adults too. Those were the good times. You'll get it once you're a little older. There are no such thing as good times. All times are a waste of time. It's only after we waste our time away that we can bring back our memories back out, dust them off, and think about how great those times were. Thinking back, I must have pissed Grandpa off too much back then. The City Hall staffer squints at the cars on the street. The cars zoom past them, leaving behind a few streaks of silhouette in his vision. So, Enos, is there anything you want to do? Do it now. Don't wait until everything you know no longer resembled what they once were. By then, it's all too late. Yeah, I will. Costa taps Enos's shoulder and sighs. The residents of the shopping district have, for the most part, agreed to the rebuilding proposal, and my work has come to an end for the time being. But the way things are, this isn't so bad. Life must go on.
Strange. I haven't seen a single sheep on my way here.
We have to go now. Yes, it's time. The streets today seem awfully quiet.
Was it all just a dream? No, that letter, the rock, the surfboard that flew right into the sky, they were all real.
Adele tries her hardest to think back on what proof she had that all the adventures she had the past few days were real, but the harder she digs into her memories, the less believable her memories become.
Mr. Dolly, are you there? Mr. Dolly? Mr. Dolly, are you still there?
The girl's voice is carried away by the wind.
Your blood crystal density is fluctuating a little, but for the most part it's still within the normal range. You said you passed out suddenly. What do you mean by that more specifically? Dr. Ceylon, can oropathy cause hallucinations?
Theoretically, it's possible. What did you see?
Lots of little black sheep, and they all talk to me. And I don't know why, but it feels just like I've seen them before.
Well, that does sound like it could have been caused by stress, but it's weird. Some old miners have told me about similar hallucinations when they came in for consultation. Let's keep an eye out for a few more days. During that time, make sure to take your medicine on time and get as much rest as you can. If you get any hallucinations again or feel unwell, come to me immediately.
Okay.
If only all my patients would be as cooperative as Eyjafjalla. Things would be so much easier for me as a doctor. Not like a certain someone who's always giving me a headache. Stop chewing me out. I'm here for my follow-up and my medicine, am I not?
Alright, this counts as an improvement. As a way of encouraging you, I won't charge you for this consultation.
Really?
But I have something I want to ask you. A few days ago, I found this basket of obsidian on the shopping district. None of the shops nearby admitted that it was theirs. Do you have any clues about its origins?
Well,
Judging from their color, these obsidians are very similar to the one you gave me before. It could very well have been mined around the same time from the volcano.
it wasn't me. I promise. I haven't been near the volcano since I got infected.
So you mean there are still people mining obsidian illegally? Enos, what else do you know?
Well, I guess I'd be lying if I said I didn't know anything about it.
Don't try to fudge your way out of this one. Out with it.
Dr. Ceylon, some of the workers here know you're the mayor's daughter. It was hard enough to get them to come to you for consultations. If you dig into who's mining obsidian, true what they're doing is not right, but this might just be a conflict of interest.
I'm me and the mayor's the mayor. Why must I be grouped together with him? I came back here this time because I wanted to do something for Siesta with my knowledge. The Rose Island office is my blood, sweat, and tears. He's got nothing to do with it.
It seems like Dr. Ceylon really doesn't like Mayor Herman.
Maybe Ceylon isn't on good terms with her father?
Yeah, I guess they had a falling out. Herman did mention offhandedly that, like, it seems like Ceylon doesn't approve of what he's turning the new Siesta into, like what new Siesta has become.
Phew. Anyway, Enos, you know who the obsidian belongs to, right? Take me to them.
It makes me feel like kind of like I'm selling them out, but if it's for the greater good, alright.
Take me with you. I can help identify obsidian. No can do. Last time you almost sneaked away. You aren't leaving here until you get enough rest.
What about me?
I'll take you out to eat.
After the night has shrouded the street, Adele steps outside the office. A lone little black sheep stands outside, staring blankly at the closed door.
Huh? Another hallucination? What's going on? Didn't I get some rest?
Adele goes around the little black sheep and prepares to go back home. The little black sheep staggers a little and turns around from the office's door. It sways its head and turns on the miner's lamp on its back. The lamp shines and illuminates the path before Adele.
Huh?
Adele takes a step forward and steps onto the shadow cast by the lamp on the sheep's back.
There's really a light.
She turns around and hesitantly reaches her hand out and probes. Then she feels some warm, fluffy wool.
Not a hallucination. No, I've seen you before. You're the sheep who ate the address off the letter. What's that you're carrying on your back? A miner's lamp.
You could have asked Ceylon if she saw the flying surfboards, and then you'd know if if you hallucinated. That was a long load.
Can your eyes keep up? ご安心くださいまし。このだけは映りませんから。幻覚が見えるかしら。
Oh, where are they going? That's not... The skateboards, they always juke me. Fashion Street Stellar Caster. Attacks 3 units simultaneously while in contact with Carmine Stream. Yikes.
My sword will respond the instant I spot the movement. Feels fresh every losing sight. みんな戦いに集中して治療は私がやります Don't step into the shadows 呼吸を整えてリラックスして我が報い 何時に死をもたらすみんな頑張ってディオポーレント幻覚が見えるかしら
Break 2 crates, I think. The soda bottles? I definitely did that already. That's a lot of casters. Okay. Yeah, here are the results for the latest public opinion poll. The Schweier Group's Aquatic Paradise proposal is supported by 33% of those polled, while the Mountain Dash Logistics Center proposal is supported by 21% of those polled. The other competitors are all hovering around 10%. Although the results of the public opinion survey is only one of the factors that the city's government considers when making its decision based on the current results, the Schweier Group proposal has the advantage. And what about the percentage of people who don't want to move? Say no more. I'm sure Mr. Bison here can figure out the situation by himself. Surely, Miss Swire, we didn't invite me and the city government here just to gloat over the results. Of course not, Bison, sir. I'd like to make a deal. The Schweier Group will drop out of the bidding, but in return, I want to buy into Mountain Dash Logistics Company here. Why? Hasn't that been your goal all along? Not entirely, but I thought about it a little afterwards, and you being here isn't all bad news for me. You were supposed to save the city, Squire, not destroy it. A smart business person always looks for possibilities where both parties gain something and makes decisions that yields the maximum profits given the situation. Going by what you said, if you really are so confident, you wouldn't have come to negotiate with me. Well, would you not agree to that trading a percentage of your shares in exchange for your biggest rival's exit is a good deal? How much are you looking at? Swire lightly knocks on the table 3 times. I want this much. 3 knocks? I will report your arrangement to the mayor and continue to inform you of any further arrangements. I wish you two a pleasant time in siesta. Is this all for show? Not for the time being, I guess. What's so funny? Yeah, sorry. I didn't expect that you'd resort to these means too, Commissioner Swire. If I were to openly invest in Mountain Dash's business, forget about registering our own company, they'd write Mountain Dash up for thousands of reasons and shut it down on our first day in siesta. My family's wary of me. Good thing they aren't that wary of me yet. As long as they still see me as a young, hot-headed superintendent, I can still cover my actions with that as a ruse. I'm really fortunate that I'm not actually your business rival. This is just the first step, though. The foundation of enterprises will put it all together sooner or later. We'll face all sorts of difficulties going forward. Are you ready? Yeah, having come this far, it's too late for me to have any. It's probably too late for me to have any regrets. Well, partners then? Yeah, I look forward to your terminal. No, isn't it yours? Bison and Swire each Swire and Bison each take out their terminals. They take a brief look at each other before hitting their respective answer keys. Hello, is this Bison, the legal representative of Mountain Calm Trade? Hello, is this Miss Swire? The City Hall has received a report that your company has illegally employed undocumented infected. At this point, we need your company to immediately cease all operations. Please prepare the following documents for the city government's investigation. First, we need to list all the infected employees working for your company. Miss Swire, that was an interesting show, and it did buy you some time for your prank. Unfortunately, the group is very unhappy with your decision. You should know that there are limits to what you should and shouldn't do. This investment game is over. Thank you for your cooperation. Goodbye. This stops here. I hope you'll think about the consequences of your actions. Wow, didn't see that coming. Yeah, this is uncalled for slander. Well, it's pretty obvious who snitched on us. They're trying to buy time right before we sign our contract, so they can just catch up. But why use the infected as an excuse? Since when has Siesta had any policies against the infected anyway? We don't have time to deal with these setbacks. If only we could convince Mayor Herman. You're right. Herman is our chance at a breakthrough, but what reason does he have to stand on our side? Besides, if my hunch is correct, he's probably being pressured in some other way right now. Colombian representative. Ah, the geopolitics. Mayor Herman, you're a hard man to reach. I thought my answer was more than clear. There is nothing for you and I to discuss in person. Naturally, Colombia respects all the rights that Siesta enjoys as an independent city-state. But I'm here today for a different matter. Siesta's infected question. Colombian federal law states that infected citizens must enroll in a suitable healthcare plan in order to reside in our nomadic cities. Otherwise, they must join the pioneer teams. Siesta was not a nomadic city, and so it was not bound by this regulation. However, given the current circumstances, we need to reevaluate the rule of law here. So this word game is your idea of pressuring me? I hope you grasp the situation, Mayor Herman. This is not a negotiation. But Siesta's not part of Colombia. Since when do we need to be so sneaky about buying obsidian? What choice do we have? They've been pretty strict with inspections lately, but this is a great opportunity for people like you in the know to seize the day. The logistics center will be done soon, and there are lots of merchants waiting to buy obsidian. Oh, this is a new worker model. Not seen this guy before. Ugh. When has the Siestan obsidian ever been that rare? You probably have plenty hidden in your shop yourself. Why come to me? What they want is a freshly mined obsidian. What's it? Volcano-eaten obsidian contains the land's energy and has amazing health benefits. Alright, I'll stop messing with you. Do you have any other new obsidian pieces, aside from this basket? Whatever you've got, I have buyers lined up. If the quality is good enough, they're willing to pay this much. Enos gestures a number with his hands. That much? Yeah, I do. I dug up a bunch just a couple of days ago. Oh, so recently? Yep. I kept some real pretty ones. Look, these are some mighty fine obsidians, don't you think?
They're lovely indeed. Now, would you please tell me more about your illegal obsidian mining operation?
Uh-oh, she's got the angry mark on her face. Enos, you set me up, didn't you? Why'd you fall so low? This isn't exactly a setup now, is it? A cop with a really loud mouth taught me this. Sorry, Uncle Jackie. This is for your own good. You shouldn't put your health on the line. We just have a couple of questions we want to ask you. Work with us, will you? Well, that's everything. Are you gonna lock us up?
Who are you planning to sell the obsidian to?
Is it Pelipper? No, Pelipper stopped buying from us a long time ago, and he's a man of his word. He hasn't bought a single pebble. No matter how high quality obsidian, he doesn't so much as take a single glance. You got all this out of us. What good is it going to do? That bastard Herman's always doing whatever he wants, without a thought of the consequences. First, he made us all stop mining obsidian. Then he said the volcano was going to erupt. It's been almost 2 years since we moved here, and it hasn't so much as left out a puff of smoke. Maybe he should have taken a look at where our money was coming from just a couple of years ago.
But doesn't...
That's not her voice.
But doesn't Siesta have a really lax infected policies?
That doesn't mean they've got jobs for us. If we're all out of work, miners became drivers. We could probably tow the city a couple kilometers. Besides, I'm already infected. What else can I do? Once Mountain Dash Logistics moves into the city, we'll all have even more people without work. Now the mayor's talking about tearing the shopping district down. Why tear it down even? Just to chase us out of here? Maybe the mayor will come up with a policy to help you guys. Ah, forget it. Haven't you heard? They're gonna chase us infected out. The Colombians are here.
Where did you hear that?
We all know how the Colombians treat the infected. If something does end up happening, we might as well just head into the wastes ourselves and start pioneering. That shell-brain Herman. That darned shell-brain. What's wrong? Are you sick? No, Hey, Dr. Ceylon, the mayor must be having a tough time too. Don't get mad over this.
No, I'm not mad.
You look mad.
I thought this was just going to be a warning, a few men to stop illegal mining, but if the Colombians are here, that changes everything. This is Siesta's own problem. Sir, how many are still mining obsidian? I'll come out and say it. I'm not going to turn you into the police. Ines said it just now. I'm a doctor. I know it's not realistic to just stop your obsidian work. What I want to do is help you solve this problem. Please trust me. So, won't you tell me?
What do you mean? You're going to help us? Who are you and why? Hold on, you look familiar. Ha, you finally figured it out, huh? You watched the Obsidian Festival broadcasts, right? Remember the lady at the closing ceremonies with Mayor Herman? Who? No, I'm saying you look like a lot like a woman I met once. It was a long time ago, and we worked at the Obsidian mines together. There was a scholar from Victoria. She was pregnant, but she went to the mines every day for environmental surveys or whatever. She didn't know that much about mining, but she was real kind to us. Oh, now I remember. Her name was Barbara. Who is that supposed to be? Is that Ceylon's mother? The creature, with the miner's lamp on his back, trots along in short spurts as it gazes towards Siesta's beach, old Siesta's beach. There, Bird is sitting on the sand, plucking away at her strings spontaneously.
Do you come here often? You can still see old Siesta here. Well, music is pleasing to the ear. Then the sound of the waves carried on the wind is good accompaniment for the guitar. I didn't expect you to ask me that, though. So you're actually willing to talk? Huh? Isn't this what one would normally do? Yeah, I guess it is. Maybe I'm just a bit too narrow-minded. If everything can talk to... If everything... Is that supposed to be everything or everyone? I'm not sure. If everything can talk to everything else, then music might be the best language there is. Even if you don't speak the same tongue, music can help you convey your truest thoughts. Not bad. This feels like a new inspiration. Beard starts strumming a slow, relaxed song. The waves rise and fall along to hear rhythm. You two are the first to hear this piece. You two? Oh, are you including this foul beast here? Maybe the grass? Oh no. Don't we have another listener here? Beard points to the steps next to them, which logically should be empty. Weren't you talking to it the whole time? Miss Beard, you can see it. The creature with a miner's lamp on its back stands on the beach and gazes blankly at the silhouette of old Siesta in the distance. It hesitantly tries to step into the sea water, but after a few plods, it walks back onto land. Of course, the musician can see it. It takes its hoof steps rhythmically, as though it is trying to match the music's beat, though it also looks like it isn't, and it just is trying to maintain its own rhythm. Ba-dump, ba-dump, ba-dump. Yeah, I've been able to see it since the day I came to Siesta. Just the one? Are there others? Too bad. This is the only one I can see. Beard looks at the lamp on the creature's back and the hard hat and goggles on its head. I wrote the miners of Old Siesta a song. Maybe it just happens to like things that have to do with ores. I'll play the song again, just for it. Beard starts strumming again, while Adele brushes her dresses him and sits down next to Beard. Come to think of it, even though there hasn't been a single song of mine that could represent my whole life, perhaps there is one or two that could give comfort to somebody out there. Even if my audience is just a lone, little black sheep. But that's not so bad. It stayed behind to listen to you play your guitar. You said you could see more of them. Where are they? They disappeared all of a sudden. I don't know where they went. Do they road signs like this one? I don't think so. I have an idea. Do you think this one eats road signs because it's a stray sheep? Special level. A fluffy critter that has found something nice from a mysterious divination shop that will make everyone who notices it see stars. It's very clever, and knows what the next most important thing after a wand is the magic hat on its head. I wonder if Beard is like... So the people who have seen it so far is Beard and the two kids can see the sheep. Besides Adele. But Beard's only been able to see one. I think the kids have only really been able to see one as well. But Adele has been able to see all of them. I wonder if it's like the wolves, where they choose people. And so that, like, that sheep specifically has chosen Beard. As their, whatever the wolves called it, I forget what the wolves called it. Not sure the boy ever said he saw the sheep. I don't remember. But either way. Mary had a little fluffy beast. Dolly's here to compete with you. Ba-ba. Generate pure white steam on all tiles in a designated area within the time limit. Oh. Interesting.
Phantom? Oh, wow. Something got in my eye. Alright, we're good. Aha, let me explain briefly the rules of our competition. These special tiles are the competition objective zones and also serve as our playground. Take a good look. Find all the zones on the map and cover them with pure white steam. And keep an eye on the timer. If you run out of time before they finish, I win. Professor, the map seems to be full of unrevealed fluffy buddies. Let's try borrowing their power to quickly cover the zone. That guy does this stuff though. We don't want that guy. I also have Mr. Booms. Did you just die? Ah, too slow. Ah, okay. I thought Phantom was supposed to be good. Can't even kill one sheep. Well, that didn't work. That was just a waste of time. No, kill that guy. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Just restart. It's over.
撤退だ。君は行き先を見失ったようだ。
獲物が見えるぞ。作戦開始じゃ。よし。
私のために歌え歌え歌え。
Oh gosh. You suck. How'd I kill it the first time?
撤退だ。君は行き先を見失ったようだ。
I need to kill it. I need to kill it in range of rangers, I think.
Wakatta zoi. 獲物が見えるぞ。作戦開始じゃ。
鏡に映り潮の中顔が見えるか。ああ。
There we go.
早く逃げた方がいいですよ。
鏡に映り潮の中顔が見えるか。
指示はあるかのう。
では夜の帳に潜り込むとしよう。
指示に従ってグワン。
Oh, come on. Adonacles. It's terrible.
撤退だ。君は行き先を見失ったようだ。
よし。
みんな狩りを始めましょう。
私のために
What if we do this?
歌え歌え歌え。
Alright, never mind. Use the geyser. Oh, there are geysers. There's geysers. Gosh.
申し訳ありません。
I thought we just had soda.
Yoshi. 獲物が見えるぞ。作戦開始じゃ。
鏡に映り潮の中顔が見えるか。では夜の帳に潜り込むとしよう。
Oh, I see.
早く逃げた方がいいですよ。
That's not doing anything.
指示はあるかのう。
That didn't help at all.
鏡に映り潮の中顔が見えるか。ああ。
命令はまだかのう。
罪人は罰を受けるべきだ。では夜の帳に潜り込むとしよう。
指示に従ってグワン。
鏡に映り潮の中顔が見えるか。
That didn't do anything though.
まずいのは呼吸の乱れが止まらん。
He did not produce steam when he attacked. That doesn't make sense. If we do in the opposite order, though, that might help. Doesn't teach me what.
演者はセリフの傀儡だ。ああ。
早く逃げた方がいいですよ。指示に従います。
You don't kill it, right? Killing it would be a bad idea. When they're flying, oh. There we go, yeah. I'll just swap it. I actually lost. Dolly is furious. Another round. That's why I think you do the stunning eye. But I mean, yeah, you don't need it. Okay. Because it's flying, so you can just break the soda underneath it anyway. If anything, I did it simpler. The farmer in the dell. Cotton candy rushes around and the shepherd pays close attention to avoid it. That's a lot of spots. We have only Phantom and Ifrit.
Let the world burn!
Pushes nearby enemies. What? What?
Does it hurt? Shriek all you want. Nobody cares.
I don't even know what am I doing? I don't think I can push them off. Yeah, okay. I don't know what that did for me. I need to stomp. What? How did that happen over there? Oh my gosh. It's over.
Shriek all you want. Nobody
I guess she's killing them. So we actually want to do that last. We want to do that section last then. Because she's killing them. Okay. Assuming, of course, the objective doesn't matter. Do we want to sacrifice?
Let the world burn!
The, like, do we want to put... Actually, don't know how we do it. Like, okay. No, we can't have them explode, otherwise it just triggers a chain reaction, and I mean, there's no way we can cover that anymore.
Get in the line of death!
And the same thing happens over there. So you do want to trigger that early. And then just fix it later. At the end of the map, I guess.
撤退だ。君は行き先を見失ったようだ。
Let the world burn!
I don't know what you want from me, sheep. I don't know what pushing is supposed to do. Nope, can't push those guys.
Does it hurt? I bet it does!
No, his summon counts? Oh, come on. Actually, no. It triggered before they triggered, so it's still white. Nice. Okay.
Does it hurt? I bet it does!
That was close.
Keep screaming!
There we go. Yeah, we just had to stall them long enough. It was close, though. You can push the cloud? Yeah, what did you do? Row, row, row your boat. When sailing through the sea of clouds, be extremely wary of accidental explosions. Fashion Street aviators no longer attack from range. Enemies have significantly decreased HP, and fluffy buddies have increased attack. Oh snap! We got a gilded team. Blaze, Ifrit, Mountain, Hummus. They've used Hummus twice in this event, so that's just interesting. I mean, it's cool to see a
Let the world burn!
character, not very common character. You have roadblocks. But we also don't have... Oh, I see. Okay, that's how we get that area. I see. Okay, so then we have that area. What do we want to do with the roadblocks? What are we supposed to... I don't know, but can't we just like...
Keep screaming!
She has her long range one? Yeah, so we have to wait for that.
Temperature vapor dynamics.
Oh. Well, that's not good. He killed that thing. Okay, I see. So we gotta stop them from killing that thing. Otherwise, he dies.
Let the world burn!
So we don't want them to go that direction.
Shriek all you want! Nobody cares!
I see. They get picked up by the sheep, but the sheep won't move. So do we want to... Is that what we want to do for the other ones? We got 3 more. How do we... Can we like do that to stop them maybe? Nope, he punches it. So we're just gonna do the old stall tactic of placing and removing roadblocks.
Hellfire! Locked and loaded! Does it hurt? I bet it does!
I was too slow. I missed collection. I was too slow. You like how there's multiple ways?
Let the
Yeah, that's good.
world burn!
Good game design.
Does it hurt? I bet it does!
Oh, he does walk back that direction though. Okay. He didn't do... I wasn't sure if he would change or not. He did though. Alright. That's good to know. I don't think we're going to be able to do it though. They come out... I think they're going to come out too fast. So there's got to be another way... I guess... We just... They die from the explosion is what kills them. So as long as we get rid of them soon enough, it won't actually matter, right? As long as we get rid of the explosions soon enough. It will slow us down though, because then they'll turn to pink, white to pink again, but as long as they don't die, maybe the timing is fine.
Let the world burn!
Which means we probably should save Ifrit for later, but whatever. We'll see how this works out for us. So if he gets rid of it now. I didn't place that in time. Why am I so slow?
Let the world burn!
We're just gonna do this from the get-go.
Drink all you want. Nobody cares.
Of course, we have to wait for her to have her skill ready. There it is.
Fire. That's just a side effect.
There are only 3 of the sheep too, so theoretically, yeah, and it's over. Fascinating. I mean, first of all, I'm not sure how we're supposed to do that faster because we... Did she even break? Did Blaze even break the last one in time? If she did, there's not enough time to do another one afterwards. So there are only 3 sheep, so we have to get them caught by the propellers. But I don't know how they're supposed to do that because everyone kills them immediately. That's weird, right? Something to do with the roadblocks, but everyone, no matter where they go, they have to walk in front of one of those 2 guys. Unless you can retreat them. Can we retreat them? Once they're done, can we just get rid of it?
Let the world burn!
Can I retreat you? No. Then what do you want me to do exactly? Mountain skill. It reduces his range. Ah, that's how you do it. It reduces his range. Oh wait, I put it at the wrong. Wait. Yeah, okay. Okay. Yeah, because it wanted to walk behind it wanted to walk through mountains. So we needed to stop him from doing that. Yeah, okay.
Let the world burn!
I don't know if there is multiple solutions. It feels like there's one solution to this one.
俺とタイマン張るなんて肝が据わってんな。
Does it hurt? I bet it does!
Ah, wait. We have to, yeah, okay. we need 2 blocks there. Okay. We don't want it to walk into Hummus's range. It needs to make a little chicane maneuver.
Hellfire! Locked and loaded!
Eh, まとめてかかってきやがれ。うっとうしいな。まだいんのかよ。
Keep screaming!
What the? You can't do that. It can walk over both of those? Oh, come on. That area with Ifrit looks like it should be raised upwards, but it's not. It throws me off.
Let the world burn! Get in the line of death!
Let's do this, because that's... Gotta do it anyway.
Fresh blood coats my saw and boils the whole battlefield.
I actually lost. Dolly's furious. Okay. Got those done. cry on my shoulder. Into the heartbeats our footsteps melt, a place nowhere to find the tear-soaked pelt. There is no limit on deployment spots. And there's a large number of fluffy buddies on the map. Understood. I still don't get it. Why would a lady like you choose to spend your days in a hole like this? Aren't you afraid of the infected? Are the infected not but normal people saddled with misfortune? Just like this child of mine, yet unborn. Maybe she'll become infected herself or remain a lucky one who just make friends with them. Either way, I wish for her to live in a city full of love and goodness. If continuing mining here will harm the environment, shouldn't we stop? For now, the city can only rely on nature's bounty. Even so, our descendants will definitely carve out a home with their own hands. I hope then that you and I, and all of them, that all of us will find our own place in Siesta. The elderly, unhindered by age, the sickly, unburdened by despair, that is the siesta of my dreams. That is the siesta I wish for my child to see. Would that really ever happen? Well, let's start with the mines. Clearly what we need to do is Rhode Island needs to just take over Siesta for ourselves. So that Columbia can't do anything about it. And hurt the infected people.
Little black sheep, why are you all alone? Do you know where the rest went? Also, you keep eating those old signposts and addresses on letters. Is it because you're lost? Can you understand me?
The fluffy creature remains silent as it sniffs about, picking the next signpost to be devoured.
Did you get lost when Siesta moved? Is your home on the undeveloped plate instead of the mines?
The fluffy creature paws on the ground urgently as Adele stands, silently looking at it.
Where does it want to go?
Hesitantly, it approaches Adele, pressing its head to Adele's chest as if listening to her heartbeat. Budump, budump, budump. Not this sound, not this sound. The fluffy creature lowers its head and continues following the path ahead.
Are you looking for your home? Or your friends and family? Do you know where to find them?
The fluffy creature turns its head, staring inquisitively at Adele. Adele, where are you? I need your help with some data. Can you come to the museum now? Adele looks at the expectant creature in front of her.
Professor Keller, I'm sick today. I feel dizzy, and I have a headache too. Also, my legs got hurt. I feel terrible.
Terrible? Adele, what's wrong? Do you need to go to the hospital? Do you need my help? Do you have medicine on hand? How was your body temperature? Are you feverish?
No, Professor Keller. I'll be fine. I'm at the hospital right now.
With no reply forthcoming, the fluffy creature stomps on the ground impatiently and turns to leave. Adele rushes to keep up with it. A car speeds by, frantically honking at Adele, who's just taken a step forward. Honk honk. Wait, Keller was here? My ears. Adele, what are you doing here? Weren't you...
Professor Keller,
I must have been pushing her too hard if a girl like Adele feels the need to fake an illness to rest. Adele, if you are feeling overwhelmed, you could take the day off to rest. Turning its head to confirm that Adele is no longer following, the fluffy creature skips off and leaves the street.
Professor Keller, I want to take some time to relax here.
Yeah, the sheeps make her look. Yeah, this is we learn at the end. This is where we learn at the end that it actually was just a bunch of hallucinations the entire time. Poor AF Yala.
What if I told you that I want to offer you a job with a stable pay that isn't detrimental to your health? I'll even provide special lodging for you. Don't worry, I can guarantee the working environment and conditions, as well as medical services. You just need to pay a portion of the rent to the government.
Even you can't go on, can ya? I don't know what those government people are on about, but I know this much at least. These things take a lot of money, not mere hundreds or thousands of gold certificates. With this money, I might even be able to buy a decently comfortable bed, eat a nice meal. It may even save my life if it comes to it, but I can't build what you're promising.
I can do it.
Doctor, if you were to say you'd build a cheaper hospital, frankly, I'd be really grateful, and I'd actually believe you could do it. But saying that you'll provide jobs, homes, and healthcare, just look around you. It's been so long and this place is still underdeveloped.
I beg you to place your trust in me. I'll stand by my words. So if there really was a place like that, would you be willing to move there? Would you be happy with it?
Frustrated, Ceylon feels her heart hammering in her chest, its beat pounding in her ears.
What was that? Sorry, I missed what you said.
I said even Mr. Pelipper, our boss back at the old mines, only got us so far with all his wealth and power. Doctor, we don't know you, and you don't owe us anything. We'll be grateful even if you just come to treat us once in a while. The fluffy creature trots ahead, Adele following closely behind while Keller walks apologetically beside her. After hesitating several times, she slowly opens her mouth. Did you know, Adele, Siesta's layout remained the same even after it moved. There's a coffee shop down this street. Adele continues hurrying along the path without stopping, as if chasing after something. Katya, Manya, and I went to that coffee shop. Or met at that coffee shop, even. Adele stops moving and squints into the distance, trying to spot the shop.
Is it that one over there? I can't see the sign clearly.
Mockingbird Cafe. Which was Costa's cafe. Keller sighs in relief and changes her tone. I was just a student back then, knowing little about the world besides what I read in books. Katya and Manya burned, two young flames with eyes even brighter than obsidian.
My parents, what were they like back then?
Brilliant, interesting, and very attractive. Of course, some people thought they were weird. No professors or scholars. Not professors or scholars, they were more like two vagrants chasing after volcanoes. They liked bright-colored clothes and accessories, believing that they granted courage. They would sometimes camp out beside lava flows just to feel the movement.
I thought they'd have banned that kind of thing.
They did. they banned me from doing it, because I once followed them to collect some liquid from a sulfuric acid pool and accidentally stepped in a bit of boiling water. Katya managed to drag me out. I hadn't even felt the pain yet, but my shoes had already split like garlic cloves. I gave Magna a fright. Even though it was an accident, she kept trailing after me from then on, fearing that I'd just fall into another hole somewhere when she wasn't looking. The fluffy creature seems to realize something, turning its head to look up at Keller, or to look Keller up and down. As if worrying for her, it butts her ankles and tries to eat her shoe heel, so that she can walk more comfortably.
Just like Moody worrying about me getting hurt.
Magna, you couldn't compare her care for me to what she felt for you.
Sorry, I was lost in thought.
After you were born, I came to visit you occasionally. I thought you looked so much like your parents. You were doing the same work as them now. You doing the same work as them now feels like a part of them has never left and that they still remain here.
If only they were still here.
Following the salty scent of the sea carried by the breeze, the fluffy creature begins scampering away. The towering cranes of undeveloped plate peek over the horizon as Keller hurries forward and turns her head. Adele. Magna once said we were like tiny ants standing on this vast landscape, talking big about how we plan to conquer it. Look at the both of us now, Adele. Two little ants standing here, facing this building dozens of times bigger than us. I used to think I would just be like before, feeling infinitesimally small and amounting to nothing. But it's only now that I realize some things are too hard to say aloud.
Professor Keller, what do you...
Nothing. Adele, how can I tell you? You can still see a little bit of Old Siesta from here. Mount Siesta is over that side.
Who knows when it will really erupt?
The creature carrying the miner's lamp slowly slows down and stares blankly at the direction of Old Siesta. The waves wash over the distant gravel, the surface sparkling like brilliant gems.
Once it erupts.
Once it erupts, once the museum is ready, my work will finally be done. I'm sorry I've taken up so much of your time, Adele.
It's alright, Professor Keller. There's no one else who can tell me about my parents anyway. I'm really happy to know these things.
Keller stands and brushes the dirt off herself.
Are you leaving now?
Maybe I need to buy some courage, like in that dream you mentioned. Goodbye, Adele. See you tomorrow. Rest well and don't tire yourself. Adele glances at the creature, still staring blankly at Old Siesta.
Bye, Professor Keller.
The fluffy creature stands motionless on the beach.
Did you find the place you were looking for?
Adele sits down next to the motionless creature.
Let me guess. You're a miner who wanted to return here.
The creature shakes its head from side to side, pulling its gaze from the ocean to Adele opposite itself. Its clear eyes look up at her. It chews on an old signpost as it steadily paws at the ground. Ba-dump, ba-dump, ba-dump. Slowly it turns to leave the area.
No?
No, no, no. I'm just an old man who likes collecting pretty rocks. You can't do what you want. You can't do what you want or help you at all. Or I can't do what you want or help you at all.
Mr. Brown, those workers said that your father owned the mine and that they all worked for you for many years. Even after the move, you still helped make their lives better under the table.
Yes, that's right. My father, mine, made them into infected. While I decorate my house with rocks, they risk their lives to dig out. Am I helping them? As if. They're barely surviving as it is. At most, they're not jobless.
So you admit it?
No! My God, calm down, woman. Don't you go breaking my collection.
Well then, let's talk about your collection. Before Siesta moved, this obsidian was an extremely precious ore. However, only obsidian that was pure enough or which reflected the colors of the rainbow could fetch a good price. I'm sure you're aware.
Ceylon bends down and drags out 2 boxes of ore from behind the cabinet.
So what are these? Why would a collector like you have the crude, impure obsidian like this? Exactly like the obsidian the workers squared away.
Huh. What would you know? All obsidian is precious to me.
Then why did you stop the workers from mining? What stopped you from working them to death, instead of arranging gainful employment for them as drivers, ticket sellers, security guards?
Those are lifelines they found for themselves.
Oh, so you'll just help them along while indirectly earning money off of them?
Yes, that's absolutely right.
Why do you refuse to admit it? They're not living well right now. The obsidian that they mined propped up the Siesta, but now...
Pelipper heaves a great sigh and sinks back onto his seat. Missy, do you think it's that easy changing the policies of an entire city? Look at them now. Look at me. You've heard them call me Mr. Brown. Brown Mines. The entire company's in my hands. But even I can't build a factory for them to make a living in. The government will harass me. My peers will plot against me. And that's not even considering Columbia and Victoria. Just keeping to ourselves here in Siesta isn't that bad. Do you know Columbia has infected pay sky-high insurance premiums and then sends them to mine the wastelands?
I know that. That's why I came to you for help. You have more knowledge and experience in the situation than me. If Columbia uses the infected question to attack us, we can just build our own place for infected first. If your peers begin plotting, we can try to negotiate with them. There must be something we can do. You can't just hide away in the Hot Springs Hotel forever. What would that accomplish?
Getting increasingly agitated, Ceylon feels as if her heart is about to leap out of her chest.
This is the best leverage for Siesta to negotiate with Columbia right now.
But you seem...
Yes, I'm 5 months along now. The doctor says it's a girl.
Congratulations, but then you...
Siesta needs to develop, and it can't wait any longer. That's why I want to help those workers, and want to teach them. I want to teach them to learn how to avoid danger, how to observe the environment, how to best protect themselves after a catastrophe. They only have gotten by with experience so far, but I can give them knowledge.
Will that work? The mine is huge and there's so many illiterate people who only know how to earn money. Father says things like that are very common. There are always many workers, so we don't need to care too much.
That's different. Tom cares, Hank cares, Bill cares, many workers will care. I also want to push a new policy regarding the current state of these workers. These workers who've contracted oropathy due to obsidian mining should be taken better care of.
But Father tells me that the government will never have time for this. They only want to earn more and more money to develop Siesta.
Then I will bring their attention here. I can't just sit in an office all day with knowledge that they're getting hurt and sick. What would
What would that do? The lady gently caresses her pregnant belly, feeling the little heartbeat of life growing peacefully inside. Ba-dump, ba-dump, ba-dump. Miss, may I have your name? Young lady, what's your name? Who knows? I might see you again in the future. If you really manage to do something, I'll send you my help. Barbara Dokos. You can call me Barbara. Ceylon. Ceylon Dokos. Alright, I'll remember. Wait. Dokos?
We're near Fashion Street already. Where are you actually going? Little black sheep, what does the mining lamp on your back really mean?
The fluffy creature continues forward leisurely, searching and chewing. Sounds pass by its twitching ears, the sound of wind, people, and in the far distance the rumbling of volcanic activity. Ba-dum, ba-dum, ba-dum. Sounds like sparkling thunder resound in its ears, overwhelming the sounds of the geologic activity and flowing magma. Ba-dum, ba-dum, ba-dum. It stops in the middle of the street, blankly looking from side to side before it breaks into a sudden run, sprinting away on all fours.
Wait, where are you going? Did you find it? It's here.
Barbara was your mother? Hold on. Wait, this... Standing on a chair, Pelipper retrieves the delicate box from the top of the cabinet. Behind the glass cover, a large uncut geode lays there, obsidian crystals sparkling. No, wait, I should call them over. They were the ones who left me with this. Tom, Hank, and Bill. I need to get them all here.
Yes, Barbara was my mother. Mr. Brown, what is this? Who are Hank, Tom, and Bill?
Ceylon Dokos. This is a gift that those workers prepared for your mother a long time ago, to celebrate your birth and express their gratitude.
A gift for my mother? My mother?
In the end, she wasn't able to receive the gift. I'll explain it to the old men. When they get here, I want them to see me hand you this over to you, to your mother. Ba-dump, ba-dump, ba-dump. Ba-dump, ba-dump, ba-dump.
Little black sheep.
A fluffy creature steps into the hotel as if guided by a sound. Ba-dump, ba-dump, ba-dump. This sound is coming from a lady, her chest heaving from agitation. The heart is beating, which, with each beat, it transports blood across all four limbs. It carries nutrition from the mother's body all the way to the slumbering little infant. That tiny little heartbeat has grown up. Ba-dump, ba-dump, ba-dump. The fluffy creature rests its head on Ceylon's chest. Ceylon does not see anything, but she feels a sudden warmth. It's heavy, as if something has fallen onto her lap.
Ceylon?
Elefiala? Ceylon suddenly feels as if she can see something growing heavier in her lap. A little sheep gradually appears before her, its head leaning against her chest as if listening to something. Ba-dump, ba-dump. Ceylon's heart is beating violently, making thundering sounds that only she and the little sheep can hear. She sees the little sheep lightly nose the geode before bumping her forehead with its own.
This is... The little black sheep, she's no longer lost. She seems to have found what she's looking for.
Lost? Don't drop that geode. If it shatters, I'll be done for. The little sheep nimbly leaps from Ceylon's lap and disappears into the mist.
Eofiala, what was that? You saw it, didn't you? It's a farewell, I guess. A farewell and a reunion.
no need to make a scene.
Brock. A man I hardly want to reunite with, outside of writing. It's been so long.
So the sheep was dressed as a minor because it was the embodiment of her mother? Just what are these sheep doing?
Can your eyes keep up?
Well, that didn't help us.
Feels fresh every time. Let's pick up the pace. この毒はゆっくりとあなた方の命を蝕みますので。Please, trust in me. Any instructions? Losing sight? 我が蜜液が汝の死をもたらさ。
What the? Where did all these guys just come from? Blue poison!
That was on your last words? No. Moving to designated location.
Any instructions for me? Where do you wish to fan out the fire? Come on, let's pick up the pace.
I think so.
Mission accomplished.
Does that mean every sheep represents someone? It's possible. I did start thinking like that. If the minor sheep was Ceylon's mom, and the solemn and gentle sheep were Aya's parents, and the sheep that the kid saw, which was leading them around town on an adventure, was their father, although he's not dead, but was their father. Maybe.
I recall this place being industrial land, not suitable for casual visit.
This spot is the closest we have to Old Siesta, so just let me sit here quietly. You could have made this place like Old Siesta. It's kind of your fault.
Is that so? Can you see anything from here, when we're so far away from there?
Rhodes Island office should be pretty close to City Hall. It's been 2 months since you returned, and you haven't paid me a single visit.
Shouldn't the mayor be swamped with work this time of year? How would you have time for family? When you're free, you should go stroll around the city, or the streets, listening to the people grumbling about you, then you'll understand how you've been doing.
There are many things that I could have done better job with.
As a Siestan, I want to ask the mayor a question. Why have all the volcanoes, coasts, culture, and music that we're so proud of completely vanished? Why are there so many people struggling to integrate into their new lives? Why doesn't City Hall do anything to help them? I want to pin the blame on City Hall too. They should have prepared for the move sooner. But as Herman Docus's daughter, I still have to say this. It's been hard for you, Dad. When I came back to the city, I had planned to help Rhodes Island establish a branch office here, but I understand the infected in Siesta are facing some extra challenges right now.
Columbia's pedantic word game with their laws is just another card for them to play. They don't care about the lives of those few infected. They only want a slice of Siesta's future large-scale international trade pie.
8,573. I looked at the info. That is the number of registered infected who settled in Siesta last month. You can either impose a ban to prevent any more infected from settling on Siesta's nomadic plates, or hand a large sum of money for their health insurance. From a bystander's point of view, the latter is not an option for City Hall.
There's no way I could have forgotten that my other daughter is infected herself. In our short decades of history, Siesta has faced many difficulties, but the path Siesta takes is always in the hands of us Siestans. I will think of something. There is always a way.
I don't know if I knew Schwarz was infected. Maybe I just forgot. Probably just forgot. Allow me to help you out a little. To square off against Columbia's word games, you can likewise designate an area outside the nomadic city and declare it for development, which will be done by the infected. And as for that kind of work, my two friends recently arrived are also interested in helping. A budding logistics company should manage to provide many jobs. In addition, I will use Rhodes Island's resources to establish a treatment center for the infected. This is something I've always wanted to do. For Schwarz's sake, and for many more innocent besides, I'm not just someone who needs your care. I'll find my own way to protect Siesta too.
I seem to remember my daughter not having a degree in politics.
I guess I've been unwillingly influenced, that's all.
Politics is no simple thing. But I'm happy to hear that you have such thoughts. I'll earnestly consider the infected treatment center you mentioned, and I'll continue cooperating with Mountain Dash Logistics.
Ever since you became mayor, Siesta has been relatively relaxed towards the infected. Some people say you're just putting on a show to win the miner's support. Others say you're just trying to make more money from tourism. And now I'm more inclined to believe that the things you've been doing are related to Mom.
When did you find out?
Just earlier, I heard a little story about her. You've never taken the initiative to tell me those stories, and rarely ever actively bring up Mom with me.
Barbara was a Victorian. To the Siestans of the time, Victoria, who wanted to annex us, was our greatest enemy. I was busy with Colombian and Victorian diplomacy, but I never dared to let anyone know that my wife just happened to be from Victoria. But Barbara never took it to heart. She had her own things to do. She said she was protecting the city in her own way, and you too.
Protecting the city in her own way.
You never lived a day of your life with her, but what you said just now is exactly the sort of thing she'd say.
She was a great woman.
And she had a great daughter. Thank you, Ceylon. Hold on a second. Now I have to check something. Okay, no, her real name is Ceylon. I couldn't remember if that was her code name or her real name, and then he called her Ceylon. I'm like, wait a second. But that is actually her name. Okay. Could you lower the camera a little? Angle it upwards a bit so I look a little more imposing. Wait, too low? Alright, that's good. Check the recorder too. Everything I say has to be crystal clear. Hello, Miss Adams Schweier. Or Mr. Adams Schweier. As always, I first wish you good health. By the time this disc reaches you, I should have completed both my siesta trip and all the business objectives I sought to accomplish. Perhaps you may still think this as a child's folly. No, your insight must have recognized the value of this city, the value of a free and independent intraport. I've known from my first day here in Siesta that I've been tailed by some of our people watching my every move, perhaps at your behest, or perhaps that of your other heirs trying to obstruct me. But that no longer matters. I've long since realized that trying to read your mind is a laborious and pointless endeavor. But if you are the one standing opposite me, then I've won this time.
What did you call me here for exactly?
To give you the report on the project. Mountain Calm Trade has signed an agreement with Siesta. If everything goes smoothly, construction will begin around autumn. When the logistics center's construction is complete, we'll open trade with 3 countries, Sargon, Victoria, and Colombia. As the supply chain matures, we'll increase our scope. The natural trading advantage that comes with the independent state of New Siesta and the locals' eagerness for foreign goods will give us confidence in any future developments here at Mountain Calm Trade. You've always told me that the future you envision and want to realize in Mountain Dash Logistics, and now we've taken the first actual steps.
I've already seen the report of the project. Well done. You didn't let me down. No, I should say that your growth makes me proud. Give yourself a proper vacation for the rest of the summer.
Thank you for your approval. But there's another report you haven't seen yet. It's regarding the progress of Mountain Calm Trade splitting from Mountain Dash Logistics.
Oh snap. Sorry, father.
From now on, Mountain Calm Trade will cease to be a subsidiary of Mountain Dash Logistics, and the series of projects we'll do for the new Siesta's core development will have no connection to Mountain Dash Logistics.
Do you understand what you're implying?
As president and CEO of Mountain Dash Logistics, you will no longer have any right to interfere in Mountain Calm Trade's affairs. Mountain Dash Logistics will need not bear any of Mountain Calm Trade's liabilities or responsibilities. Of course, making such a decision without you in the loop has its uncertainties in the process. If you don't agree with my decision and follow up with legal action, I'm afraid I'll be in a lot of trouble.
What I want to know is, why do it this way?
Isn't this a step you've always wanted to take? Not having to take care about the constraints of the Federation of Enterprises, letting Mountain Dash Logistics take an actual charge across the land?
You really have surprised me. It seems like you've mustered the strength to do this.
Of course. I found a reliable business partner. The last few days of this Siestan holiday has shown me that what a young and yet vibrant city it is. Its youth carry with it plenty of problems, though. But it is precisely because of its youth that it holds unlimited possibilities. In fact, there's a question I've been thinking about for a long while. Just how is it that you, an old man on his way out, are able to keep an iron grip on the many faces in the family with their own clandestine agendas?
I thought and thought up before I finally came to the conclusion. You've allowed yourself to become a symbol. No one knows your true intentions, nor do they know whom amongst them has your confidence. This fear of the unknown leaves them with only one option, to acquiesce to you. This is how you've manipulated the Federation of Enterprises and even Lungmen's economic lifelines for so many decades. I may not ever manage to learn this trick of yours, but such a style of control always meets an end. How will the Federation of Enterprises cope without their leader when you're gone? How many of them will take advantage of the chaos to recklessly reap personal profit? I think it's something that you wouldn't want to happen either. Perhaps you still have faith in your personal physician, but as the soon-to-be commissioner of the Lungmen Guard Department, and also as part of the younger generation, I must make plans for Lungmen's future without you. The Lungmen Order can't rest in the hands of just one person. If I hadn't become a messenger, I wouldn't have known about the various differences between the many countries and regions on this great land. The vast distances between make communication difficult and cause different cultures to grow into their own distinct styles. So when someone builds a bridge between these countries and regions, it's bound to trigger drastic change. Many people instinctively fear this sort of thing. Some prefer to stay passively conservative, and others will look to take advantage of the turmoil for personal gain, but the act of changing the landscape itself is surely has positive significance to it. This is Mountain Dash's ambition, and also my own as a messenger. I've never regretted becoming an LGD superintendent, but in the past few years, I've realized that I can do more than just maintain Lungmen's security. I also have the power to help build it. The cooperation with Mountain Com Trade is my bargaining chip. I believe international trade will be an indispensable part of Lungmen's future economic market. And at that moment, when they're all staring emptily at the legacy you've left behind, I'll use my own means to secure a seat in Lungmen's Chamber of Commerce and lead a new order. No matter how brilliant a sunset is, a new sun will always rise. Got all that, Snowsant? Yes, Miss Swire, that whole speech. Send this recording to Lungmen. I wish I could see the old man fuming with my own eyes, but I probably can imagine what it would look like. I wouldn't be surprised if all my cards are frozen after a while. Really? Then will we be stuck here? Won't you lend me some money? If you really need my help, Miss Swire. Just kidding. I brought enough cash for the both of us to fully enjoy our vacation. Any further annoyances will have to wait until we return to Lungmen. Alright, now that we're done for real, let's officially begin our holiday.
You could just give up straightening that parasol. The sky started turning dark by the time you got it up. There's no more sun to block anymore. We gotta get the grill and use our old shop up and running. It's almost been a year since we've set up a booth, but it's definitely going to be popular today.
Sandworm legs, but there's no supplies that... But no one supplies that nowadays.
But how does a worm have legs? I found a solar at the fair earlier. I kept some for you in the fridge behind the guitar.
Really awesome. You, Mr. Tom, I've got your cold drinks here. Anything else I can help you with?
Thank you so much, sweetheart. You've been so busy helping me with so many things. Here, this cone is for you.
Thank you. Are you guys going to sell a barbecue again? It's for a party tonight. A party? Why haven't I heard of it? Let's all meet up before everyone from the shopping district moves. We won't know when we'll see each other next, or when we'll open another shop. Be careful with the fire, everyone, and stay safe. Don't get too close to the beach at night. There's sea monsters in there. I'll do my best with everything, with anything else that needs doing. Didn't you come here for the vacation with Swire? After spending a few days here, I think it's more fun this way. Hello, may I know how much this harmonica costs?
You can have it if you like. But if you want an instruction book or something, then I'll take some of your money, huh? That's how I make sure the people who buy instruments learn how to play them.
Clever. Do you know how to play the harmonica, sir? What's it like?
Of course I do. The feeling of playing the harmonica, huh? It feels like the wind. When it blows through the leaves and makes that rustling sound, it feels like stepping on a beach with the seawater slapping the sand around. That's what it feels like. You'll know it too when the smoke from my grill rises and the strings of my guitar move.
Come eat anything you want. Feel free to bring your own meat too. I can help you grill it. Yeah, hold on. I have some leftover streamers from the time I moved out. Just a sec while I bring them here.
Wait, I'll come too.
Enos, help me bring these over to the party.
Whoa, aren't these wine bottles from your collection? Feeling generous today?
Just treat it as goodbye to the shopping district in Old Siesta too.
When I was a kid, the adults used to say that the volcano would erupt one day, and now we're literally leaving this beach and moving to a new home in the nomadic city.
All homes end up demolished someday. Even this magnificent, sturdy nomadic city has no way to live longer than that volcano. Now that the volcano is waking up, Siesta can't sleep in anymore. We should just move along with the nomadic city.
That's pretty transparent of you, so are you still sad to leave the shop?
What difference does it make? Even if I know there's no choice, I still have to prepare my goodbyes.
I think about that a lot, and still can't figure it out. I don't know where's the most meaningful place to be. If I go, then does that mean...
When I was your age, I wasn't thinking so much about such things. My head was full of places I wanted to run off to. I wanted to get to know all kinds of people, play all kinds of rock music, learn all the local languages, and figure out how to fit them into a song. You know yourself, it was those days that I met Chuck and Siesta. We wanted to see the beautiful white volcano people kept talking about, but we spent months wandering the beach and volcanoes with no luck. And just as we were about to leave Siesta to continue chasing the legend, we found in the corner of the fashion street a baby sleeping soundly. So we stayed in Siesta, opened a bar. Chuck continued his travels while I decided to hang back and see what this kid would grow up into. And here we are. If we hadn't found you, the White Volcano would have just been a name on a legend. Later, we adopted Lut and then Liv. You've all been growing up, and you've also stopped laughing as much as you used to. But on that day of the trade fair, all the surfboards in the shop disappeared, and the three of you looked so flustered, drenched in hot spring water. But you looked so happy. Tell you the truth, I was happy too. In that moment, I was thinking it'd be nice if someone of these changes let our family stay as happy as we've ever been. After all, I care more about you kids than the White Volcano.
I also want to wait until the White Volcano is done renovating. Then I'll...
Leave it for now. Our old friends can't wait any longer. So go bring the booze over, Enos. It's fine, kiddo. No need to worry about me. Whether you want to stay here or go see what's beyond siesta, whatever your plans, just go for it, like I did when I was your age. If you wait until the strings are loose, you won't get to play the songs you want to sing. Ines. Eyjafjalla, aren't you going to join them? I'm not good at dancing, and it's a bit difficult for me to keep up with the rhythm. Well then, I'll keep you company for a bit, and we can chat. The last time you came to see me, you said you were experiencing hallucinations and seeing sheep. I thought the hallucinations were some kind of symptom of oropathy, but back then, I saw it too. It was small and warm, leaning on my chest, listening to my heart beat. I'm sure I saw it, and I even felt it too. It's so strange. I don't know why, but it makes me suddenly think about my mom, even though I've never met her. Eyjafjalla, just what was that sheep from that day? I had a dream where I was wearing Moody's protective gear, played with 2 little sheep for a whole night, and they spoke to me a lot. That dream felt so familiar. It was just like when I was a little girl together with my parents. Some fireworks suddenly explode a little distance away. The sky is not yet dark, and the smoke leaves a long trail. The children who sneakily set off the fireworks run away laughing, followed by their parents laughing as they scold their children. When I was little, I didn't have much chance to play like that with my parents. They spent all their time on a volcano, so I fell in love with volcanoes too, but since that day, I've been thinking, they're still climbing even now, aren't they? Perhaps my mother's still doing what she liked to do. But Eyjafjalla, isn't it strange for me to be thinking like this? I keep thinking about these last few days. It would be great if I could see that sheep again, or if I could dream about it, like you were talking about. Have you seen that sheep again since? No, it was the last one I saw.
Hey ladies, enough sitting over there. Come over and have some barbecue. The barbecue's really tasty. Eyjafjalla, you should try it the last time. Did you try it the last time you were here?
I don't remember. The last time I visited, Ceylon was still all huffy and puffy. Hey, that's ancient history. Let's not bring it up. Eyjafjalla, what are your thoughts on siesta on this trip? Compared to last time, it's much more relaxed and more romantic too. You should visit more often, as long as your health permits. You'll be able to see it then, a better and better siesta thanks to the joint efforts of so many.
The 2 of them stand on the barrens looking toward the sea. They can vaguely make out the shadows of some volcanoes.
When do you think they'll erupt? When it happens, there'll be so much more work to do. Yes, and then, when the time comes, we'll do a great job ourselves. Or maybe we'll get to see the little sheep again. Hello, Professor Keller? Alright, I'm heading back now. What's the matter? There's a little problem with the volcano observation data. Is it going to erupt sooner? The data fluctuates a lot, so maybe it's just an anomaly, but if there's really a problem, we'll make a broadcast. I'll be counting on you if it comes to that, Ceylon.
Don't get cocky. This is barely a pass mark by LGD standards. But if you manage to keep this up, I guess I could still commend you.
Well, everyone seems to be looking forward to future siesta, which is good. I hope it works out for all of them.
My
What is there? 2, 3 more? That's probably a epilogue. ABC? No, it's all sheep. Okay. Oh, just the only new one was the caster. This is... Oh, I see. Okay, they go around the staircase. I think, you know what? I think that's actually going to be it for today. And you know what? We'll pick it up tomorrow, even. Right before the end, as always. I'm just thinking about, like, well, we could do, like, one more maybe, but then we'd have, like, even less to do. So I might as well just cut it off now.
Have you been doing well lately, Doctor?
Now give us probably a good amount for tomorrow. But yeah, we'll pick it up tomorrow. All the sheep are gone. It's very interesting. Unless Dolly shows back up when the volcano erupts. Although it'd be really funny if volcano erupts and it's actually Pompeii that we fight again. But no, I don't know. Dolly said we'd see them again, so I expect Dolly will show back up. And yeah, so they did confirm them. So the game itself did confirm that, like, yeah, those sheep were like their parents. So that I do think, yeah, the one sheep with the kids was probably like their father. But why? What do these sheep do exactly? Maybe it's just their thing. I guess it could be that simple. If the Emperor just likes music, maybe the sheep just likes comforting people. I don't know. But Aya does get to see Dolly themselves. And got to see everybody. I doubt all those sheep were related to people, though. I think probably they're just sheep. But Dolly did say they knew... I think they knew Aya's parents, right? We'll just see what happens at the end. If we get any more answers. Fingers crossed. But for now, thank you all for watching. And until we meet again, may the sands of time treat you well.